Hi everyone, this is Sumit here. Thanks for joining me today, and thank you Product School for giving me this opportunity. About the topic today. Today I'm going to share my journey from engineer to product manager, what I did before, and what are some of the things that need to be mindful about once you become a product manager. I will talk about how to identify and recognize your interest early. Second, once you decided to become product manager, what are some of the things that you can do to switch to product management career? I hope I inspired all of you and it helped in your product management journey as well. First, recognize your interest early. It is very important to recognize your interest early so that you can be better prepared for it. There are three things you can keep eye on. First, your interest in UX. By UX, I don't mean UI, but also the end-to-end user experience that you are delivering when you are working as a developer to the customer of your product. Also, if you are thinking about the experiences of other day-to-day products that you are using, and always think about how you can improve that, that something kind of validates that you are interested in this area. For me, I was always interested in these things, and I used to love design jam session with my design partners. We used to uh, spend time together in one room and do whiteboarding sessions where, and sometimes we even do a live coding. So as a designer tell me to modify something on the HTML and I do it real time. So this really helped me bolster my interest in user experience. Second, interest in solving customer problem. Notice that if you have an urge to solve a customer problem, you think about why a given user is coming to your product and using that product. Also, see if you are interested in the similar products and in your industry. Again, for me, it was very natural as a customer facing developer that I was always putting myself in customer shoes. And I was thinking about the situation and why they are using my product, why they are coming to PayPal. Hence, that was something drove me towards product management. Lastly, interest in business goals. Observe if you are curious about like a business needs or why your company is investing in this product, and what are some of the business benefits that your product is delivering. This came little later for me once I started working on some strategic initiatives. That's the when I learned about the payment industry and how PayPal makes money. What are some of the business dynamics? This all three things came together for me when I was participating in hackathons. I love hackathons. It gives me opportunity to work on a customer problem or an idea and solve that using technology. At the same time, making sure that it's helping business and helping with the customer and business KPIs. Hence, hackathon gave me opportunity to work on the complete product lifecycle from an idea to defining like a requirements that you planning to develop in 1 or 2 days. Also, the design of the prototype or the demo that you are planning to present. Then the actual execution there, where you need to work with your small team for a day and coming up with something presentable. And lastly, you present it, you pitch it to the judges, to the business leaders, and convince them why this idea is good. Hence, doing all those things made me really happy And it also validated that I'm very interested in product management, because as a product manager, you do exactly those things. One example to share, I participated in the bot hackathon at PayPal, which was focused on chatbots. I noticed that as a customer of PayPal, some users face issue when they forget their password, or if they need some quick help. It takes a while for them to call PayPal customer care and get the solution for their problem. We came up with an idea for a Facebook Messenger chatbot. We called it Paul, as you can see on the left side. And we actually polished it and we presented in the hackathon demo. And this is a real product now. If you go to Facebook Messenger and the PayPal bot, you will actually experience the real product, which is live right now. To summarize, the interest in user experience, in customer problem, and business goals is something that kind of defines your product management passion. So look for it and then identify those early. Second section. Once you identify your interest, how you prepare and plan for your switch to product management. 3 things to be focused here. First, act as a PM. Act as a PM on the product that you are developing. Own it completely. Be responsible for its success, its launch. And whenever you notice that there are some challenges and your product launch is in jeopardy, try to resolve it. To give one example, Facebook and PayPal worked together a few years back to partner on some initiatives. And given the scale of the Facebook of 2 to 3 billion users, it was very important for PayPal. Some of the things we were building were allowing Facebook user to send money to their friends via PayPal, shop on Facebook, Instagram, and other properties, donate to charities via Facebook. Due to complexity of the projects, this project, and the scale of touching multiple domains at PayPal, it became that there were multiple teams were involved, and they all were lacking clear direction and clarity on the requirements and timeline. I stepped up here, I owned it, and so I set up a couple of meetings with all those teams. I walked them through our requirements, worked with my designer to create some user flows and mocks. Then for some time, we did a daily stand-ups until we got a clarity. And then I made sure that I delivering to the timelines that we committed to Facebook. Lastly, I also work with analytics people to make sure we have a dashboard to monitor our success. All this really helped me to know that I am very interested in those areas. And also I developed some skills while doing that. Second, if you don't have this opportunity in your current product, look outside your team, look outside your product, and volunteer for some idea that you have or the problem that you think you can help with. Research on that idea, do a competitive analysis, and like work on the business plan on why this is important for PayPal, like why it is so much essential that we solve it and help customers, and share with those corresponding groups. One more hackathon idea to share here is about this idea we came up with, which called PayPal Everywhere. We found that it's very difficult for a PayPal users to pay on some sites that don't accept PayPal, and those are like, especially when those sites are not very popular, they don't feel very safe to use their own card there. Also, there are some popular websites like Amazon which doesn't accept PayPal. We came up with a solution that we can create a virtual card that users can use and they can key in on those websites. And this card will be connected to the PayPal account So they are actually using PayPal to pay on those sites. We participated in hackathons, we prepared a demo, and we actually did a live transaction on Amazon.com, which was something very critical as we demoed that, okay, this is possible. After hackathon, I prepared a presentation uh, for the points that I mentioned about the customer problem, the business goals, some of the technical and business challenges that we see. He presented it to multiple teams at PayPal who were responsible for those areas. And as you can see on the right side, it is a real product now called PayPal Key. You can use it on PayPal.com and PayPal mobile app, and it will help you pay on every site you want. All these experiences and these learnings helped me bolster my um, passion for product management. At the same time, my leadership also noticed that, and they recognized my talent, and they saw that I can actually be successful as a product manager. And this really helped me when I asked them and for a career in product management. One more thing I did was to read books about product managers such as Inspired and then the product book. Second, I attended few sessions at the product school where external speakers came and they shared their journeys, their experiences. It helped me with two things. First, it validated that I'm really interested in product management, and I can actually imagine myself also doing the same thing in future. Secondly, it helped me with the knowledge and skills that I need. I also did a 1 week executive course on product management at Berkeley, and it was an intense course that helped me with the product management journey as well. I hope all this thing will help you to become a product manager. Last section I want to talk about is things to be mindful as a product manager if you are coming from an engineering background. First thing here is how versus what. As an engineer, you always have an urge to jump into technical solutions and technical design. It's very difficult to resist that. But it's very important to actually make sure you don't do this, because that kind of help you gain your respect from your engineers and architects. Hence, it's very important for you to let them drive the technical discussions. You can provide your inputs, but keep it minimal and make sure you are not providing technical inputs. Second, individual versus cross team deliverables. As a developer, you are focusing mainly on your own deliverable or your project deliverable. But as a product manager, you are actually making sure that your Scrum team delivers, the other teams that are your dependencies and your stakeholders, those also deliver. And at the same time, you are expecting deliverables from designers, sales team, marketing, analytics. Hence, you need to be responsible for all those deliverables and not just your team deliverable. Lastly, output versus outcomes. As a developer, you mainly focus on developing and maintaining a feature, which is output. You release something or you fix some bug. But as a product manager, you need to more focus on the outcomes. Your job doesn't end at the product launch, but it continues throughout the journey of the product, where you need to keep focusing about the future's roadmap, the future vision, and make sure you are working on the strategy, you are educating your team. Hence, more than output, it's important to be more focused on the KPIs, such as customer and business KPIs, that you are responsible for delivering. In summary, things to be mindful is first, recognize your interest early so that you can start preparing for your product manager career. Once you decide, work on three things. First, act as a PM in your current role and like own it as a PM. Second, volunteer, work on hackathons, work on ideas, and share with different groups in your company. And lastly, take some formal education and something that you are doing right now by attending this session. I wish you all the best for your career. Happy to have you here. Thank you.